I think you have tried to apply index and match. Index and match doesn't have any drawback, but in some situations where you have a lot of data and you have to, move in rows and identify with the different columns, it might be a little bit complex. That's why you might have heard the word VLOOKUP. That is a most popular formula. Why? Because it is very, very, very easy to use. So in this situation, we have to use VLOOKUP. How I can identify this? Because VLOOKUP has a basic requirement. If that requirement satisfies the criteria, then we can apply that. In order to apply VLOOKUP, the medicine name or the lookup value should be the first column in the data, and then all the data that we need to extract as answers should be on the right of the lookup value. So it is on the right of the searching box, and in the data we can also see that the medicine names is first and all the relevant columns is on the right. That means there is no hurdle in applying VLOOKUP. The problem now is to identify the column index numbers. So first we need to see in what arrangement we want the details to be extracted and in what sequence do they have that in the data. So in the searching medicine template, we have medicine name first. In the data we have it on the first position, column 1. We need product code secondly. We have product code in the data tab, and when we go back to invoicing, expiry date, if we go back, expiry date is on third. Invoicing, now we want the status. In the data tab, it's not in the fourth column, but there is days remaining expiry, and the status is in the other column. Okay, now we have the price. So the price in the data is in the last, not on the quantity on hand. So it means the 7th column here. And quantity on hand in the template, it's on hand right there, and in the data I have it just besides the table end, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6, 6th column index number. So that is a little bit problem. What do you think? So that's not a problem because it can easily identify what is the column index number. Just what you need to do is insert one row and just write all the column index number, the position basically that it has in the data. So medicine name in data is in the first column, so the column index number will be 1. Product code second, so write 2. Expiry date is the third, so write 3. Status is 5th, so write 5. Price is 7, so write 7. But do you think that I need to write all that manually? I guess you never thought that, right? So which formula is the function that identifies the row numbers or any kind of relevant positions of the cell automatically? That is the match function which we have just seen. So instead of applying this, I will just delete this and I will change this size to 10 so that you can see, equals to match. Tab, lookup value is this because I want to identify the column index number of this cell in the data. So comma, lookup array, I will move in the data tab, and then I will identify the headings. So on which position is the heading? So I will select all the headings, and if you want to make even simpler, I can just give the name to all the headings, and name is as headings, enter, go back to invoicing, and then how we can apply is match. Lookup value is this, and since I have already named the headings as heading, I don't have to go there to select the range. I can just write headings, and comma, match type will always be exact. Inverted commas close and hit tab. Then I can easily move towards right. Nothing needs to be fixed because lookup value should change on everything. Okay, now we have a problem here, not available. Here the heading name is on hand, and on the data it's quantity on hand. So if the heading name is not same, it will not show the reference correctly. So we can just copy this and paste it in invoicing tab. It will show 6, but we have a formatting problem here, so we want to follow the same format. We will just pick it by format painter and paste it right there. Double click to adjust. Okay, now is the time to apply our formula, that is VLOOKUP equals to VLOOKUP. Now the lookup value here is this, but as we move down it should change, but as we move towards right it should not change. So the columns will be fixed and the rows will be movable. So I will just put a $sign here, and the table array will be the whole table in the data tab. So it is better if I hit escape and name this table. Select the whole table, name it as table, and then I don't have to go on this tab, rather I can directly mention the reference here. Equals to VLOOKUP, lookup value is here, column will be fixed, and the table array is whatever name I've already mentioned, that is table. And then the column index number, hit comma, and we have it identified right here, and comma. Okay, now the column index numbers should change in columns when I drag towards right, but if I drag it down it will move it position from here and start coming downwards. So it should not change the rows, it should not come down, but it should go towards right. So column will be free and row will be fixed. So I'll put here, and range lookup is always the exact match. So hit enter, and there you have all the details. Notice that if I move towards right and then double click to drag it down, you have all the results. So expiry date has numbers. What does it mean? It doesn't mean anything. You just need to select this and change this format to short date. Okay, now we have all the details. So if you want to get the amount, quantity multiplied by price, that's fairly simple, and then you can double click to send it down. You will have the results, and since I have this results 50 for example, here you have the total 40, and you have the total 43, 32, the total start coming, and 15. Okay, now the total amount is all equals, you can make the totals 4,498. I will just reduce the quantity to 4 and a little bit here, 20. Okay, 2,728. Now I want to identify what discount will be applicable on this amount. So if I see it manually, 2,728, it is this band, 15% of discount. So remember that we have applied if, then, and looping function in the grading system, the mark sheet. If this is less than 40%, then fail, else if this is less than 50%, then D, then okay, very long kind of formula. We can also use that formula, But here we will apply not if then, but VLOOKUP, because that's really simple, believe me. You can just apply equals to VLOOKUP. Lookup value is this. I want to identify this amount and see what is the discount applicable in which table, in the discount table. So just highlight the table and then hit comma. And what is the index number? Column index number means in which column is your discount percentage. So I have that in third column. And exact match, enter. No, not available, because it cannot find 2728 exact amount in here. There is nothing like 2728 amount here. So rather we will make a minor change that, okay, then identify the upper and lower limit automatically by using not the exact match but the approximate match. So true, or you can also write true or 1 for approximate match. Hit enter and boom, it will automatically identify the value for you. If I change this, or if I change this, for example this, so it will automatically change to 10. And then if I want to see the amount of discount applicable, so amount and the discount should multiply and then show the net amount equals to total amount minus discount applicable. So that's how you can calculate all the data. So if you want to make it even simpler, you can apply the data validation list or the combo box list, whatever is suitable for you. For this, you don't have to delete this, but rather you can hide this identified the row numbers. Okay, you can just hide it and there you have it. So that's how amazing VLOOKUP is.